La diffusion vient de démarrer. Tous les participants sont en mode écoute seul.
Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon for those of you who attend our new webinar this morning. So I am Stéphane Desras, the new pre-sales director at Rakuten Aquafadas, and I will be starting in about 1 minute just to give some time to the latest attendees joining us now. If you have any audio issue, you should check, because I could see some of the questions rising now. You should check in your pane on the GoToWebinar pane or panel. You have an audio tab where you can switch from the computer audio to the phone. Oh, so the phone is terrible. That's what I'm hearing now. So let me check if I change my microphone. Okay, so you have a lot of echo. That's what I'm hearing now. So let me switch to my computer mic and we will see. Okay, so I'm using my computer mic now. Can you please tell me if it's better for you? Okay, thanks a lot for your help to get me the proper sound level. So I hope it will work now. If not, please don't hesitate to send me a quick message as well through that pane that you're using at the moment. So thank you for joining us this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are connected from. Again, I am Stéphane Desras, the pre-sales director at Rakuten Aquafadas, and I'm very glad to present you today a new webinar. We made a pause during the summertime. The latest one, the last one we did was about the new web reader. We are going just to review rapidly what the NextGen app is for those of you who are not familiar with our flagship application, but also show you the new features we brought this summer, like the Elasticsearch, plain text search that is now available for all your content, as well as also the sorry, I'm seeing that some of you are not hearing me very well. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that better because I'm using my microphone at the maximum level. So let me check if I can change my mic level for you, and you will tell me if it sounds better now. Okay, so I hope I cannot go further. So I hope it will be better now. Okay, thank you for your help again. So the goal is really to review together the NextGen app, because some of you don't know what our mobile app and desktop app is able to do now. But we will look at the new features, like I was saying, the new plain text search, as well as the box integration. As you probably know, and many of you who are following up our website and our communications know that we are part now of the Rakuten Group. Just so that you get a bit of information on the Rakuten Group. This is not for marketing purpose, but just so that you're aware of the whole ecosystem where we just joined, that can bring you as well some additional services and features. So Rakuten is the 6th largest global internet services company, one of the top e-commerce company in the world, which is combining more than 80 companies or subsidiaries. As you can see on that list, we have subsidiaries in many parts of vertical activities. And I won't be describing all of them now, but you understand that this is a very wide area of wide range of services. But the core business of Rakuten is about e-commerce as well as internet services provider. And you can see a few of our subsidiaries around the world. The good news is that we will be bringing to you, and we already start to do that, new services like, for instance, instant communication capabilities with Viber. We can bring you as well some additional video content with Waki TV, Rakuten TV, which is the equivalent to Netflix. We can also bring you ebooks readers like with Kobo. And we were part of Kobo previously, as you probably know. We also provide a lot of e-commerce websites, including Price Minister in France, and some of the biggest one in Asia and Japan particularly. So we are more than 15,000 employees as well, all around the world, and all of that is providing you, a complete ecosystem that you will be able to use wherever you are. We are reaching through Rakuten subsidiaries more than 110 millions of members and more than 1.1 million consumers registered with credit cards, which brings us to the third position after Facebook and Apple iTunes in terms of consumers registered with credit cards. But also our main core activities, as I told you, is about e-commerce, but not only. We have three pillars at Rakuten Group. The second one is about digital content, which is the one where we are part of as Rakuten Aquafadas. And we join companies like Overdrive, which is borrowing books for libraries, Rakuten TV, previously Waki TV, which is the equivalent to Netflix, but dedicated to movies. We have Viber for instant real-time communications, all sorts of also e-commerce and a new e-commerce keyboard, which is bringing you some nice promotions, and many others. The last pillar is the fintech pillar, which is providing e-payment or payment capabilities and services with insurance, brokerage, banking services, and credit cards as well. And all of that brings a unique, complete value proposal and offering of services with Rakuten Group to you as a customer or partner, because you can benefit from many of these services with a unique ID and get then super points, as we say, when you buy goods from our subsidiaries and websites. We are particularly focusing at Rakuten Aquafadas, as you know, to the digital and media communications. And for this purpose, we are really working tightly with Rakuten TV, with Viber, Rakuten Overdrive, and Kobo. Again, if you're interested into knowing more about these activities, don't hesitate to give a tour on our website as well as Rakuten website, and also contact us. We'll be glad to show you more. But today we are back to what Rakuten Aquafadas is providing to you. Just as a reminder for those of you who are new to us today, we develop technology to help you create very engaging and interactive content, and not only the content, but as well the ways to deliver and disseminate it through mobile apps as well as desktop apps now, and websites as well. And this is all about making your content shining, flexible, and easy to use for providing a very good user experience on mobiles as well as desktop computers. All of that without writing a line of code. So you don't need to be a developer, but just create your content with many different ways. So we provide you with a complete control of the way to create the content, the way to design your apps as well, and the way to modify your apps, as we will be seeing now during the demo. Before the demo, just a quick introduction to what we'll be seeing now, which is all about customizing and configuring your app. But this is not the app we are going to configure now. The app is just a canvas, which is the application itself that you can distribute over stores like iTunes stores, Google stores, but also in-house enterprise stores. The main purpose here is to show you how you can customize the storefront, which is inside this app canvas, And you get access to a lot of capabilities, including modifying, adding, removing pictures, videos, articles, and text. Many different ways to navigate through your content with categories, with Spotlight, which will highlight a specific document or issue. The capability as well to integrate with web links like feeds, but also deep links to make a cross navigation between your apps, your desktop computers, and your web browser as well. But we will see that now. The main purpose is to get access to our Cloud Connect web page where you can build your own account. You just have to register and you can get a free access to both Cloud Offering, which is about the content creation, and Cloud Connect, which is about the content dissemination and configuration of your apps. The NextGen app, which is our flagship app, is available again on all the main operating systems today, iOS, Android, but also now Windows 8 and 10, macOS 10, and finally web applications with web browsers and websites. So you can, with a single app, you can modify once your storefront and it will apply immediately to all your apps and devices and channels in a single modification time. And that's exactly what we are going to see now. So I'm leaving my presentation for a few seconds, just checking that you don't have any noise issue or sound issue, and it seems to be good. So let's have a look now at one of our sample app that we developed and designed like any NextGen app, like any of our customers' apps. But we build, in fact, a sales enablement app, which is one of the solutions we are selling to the market based on the NextGen app and our authoring ways to create the content. So let me just mirror my iPad to the screen now, put it in the right orientation now, and let me show you that app. So that app is not available to you, but if you want to have a look at what the NextGen app looks like, I really encourage you to download the Rakuten Aquafadas app, which is the top left one. This one will bring you a lot of content about our activities and solutions, and is a good way to show you how a NextGen app can be built with this stack of banners. But for the moment, for the demo purpose, I'm going to use an internal enterprise app, which is our own sales enablement app. Again, what you put inside your NextGen app is only belonging to you, and you can design it, not only the content, but also this storefront the way you want. As you can see, we have a stack of banners. One of these is a video, but I'm stopping now. But you can have also banners which are just displaying some content with animations. You can have carousels like this one, which is, by the way, showing up our upcoming events or the conferences like IFRA, where we will be exposing and having some conferences as well. Next week in Paris as well, we have a breakfast event with our top customers. And if you want to have a look at it, please do and go to our website again to get a look. This now is a banner about the content itself, so the documents. And as you can see, we have some additional symbols which says that this content was already downloaded or needs to be downloaded if there is no notch relating to that icon. And then you can have parallax effects with background pictures and advertising, promotional banners. You can have links like this one, which brings you to other sections of the app. And all of that is composing what we call a storefront. Sorry. All of that is composing what we call a storefront. The app itself, again, is usually built once a year or every 2 years. You don't need to customize it much except at the very beginning. And this is really mainly concerning the top and bottom bar. The bottom bar where you see the home, my documents, site web, and profile buttons. You can configure the names, the icons, but also the capabilities you provide at the top, like giving a multi-language capability or a search option that we will see in a minute with a new plain text search. All of that is configured one and submitted to Apple or Google stores or both, but you don't need to come back most often to that. But for the content itself, you want to come back because you want to modify it for maybe an event. So let me do that with you now. And I'm going to access now my Cloud Connect front-end. So I'm logged in with the account username which created that app. This is in our marketing department. And as you can see, we have a formal view, a symbolic view of our storefront now with that stack of banners. And you have all the components you can add on the right pane. And as you can see, we have a lot of different components types, like videos one, web views as well, subscriptions one, but also grid or spotlight or list views for your content, and just additional promotional banners with pictures and then actions you can trigger. So let me add now a new banner at the very top of our storefront so that you can see it easily. You can see that it's very easy to do. I just drag and drop this banner at the top of my storefront. Then when I click on it, I'll get access to all the parameters of this new banner. First of all, I'm going to say, because I selected a web view, I'm going just to select a URL for this one. Let me use one of it, which I already have there, okay, which is about our sponsorship. So if you want to have a look at it now, I just show it to you in my web browser. So this is the sponsorship page about FC Barcelona football team sponsorship from Rakuten. And I'm gonna add this one now to my Cloud Connect and storefront with this banner. So I simply need to paste it. Then I say if I want to display this website as within the banner itself, so that could be used for promotional HTML content that could be designed at the right size to fit into the banner. But in that case, because I'm going to browse a website, I want it to be displayed in a new window. Then you have a few parameters. Suppose that you are preparing a new banner for a specific event coming up in the next few days. You can prepare it and keep it hidden until the event is arriving, and then you can just unnotch that box so that it will be automatically active in your app. In my case, I don't want to hide it because I want you to see it. You can also stick it to the top like a sticky bar on a website. And finally, you can upload a banner, a picture banner, which is ready on my, as you can see, in my folder. You can upload the related picture. And now we uploaded very easily a new banner with a web link behavior. You can change the size of the standard defaults for smartphones, phablets, and tablets the way you want, and create banners which are fitting exactly the design you want. And if I click save, I get this green box validating that it has been modified. And now each new user who is coming up to this app, launching the app, will get that new banner. In my case, if we come back now to our application, you can see that it didn't change because my app was already launched on my device, and we are caching in local memory all the content so that it remains available even when you're offline. So I just need, it will be, however, updated within the next hours, depending on cycles of garbage cleaning on your device. But in my case, to speed up a bit, because we don't have much time, I just need to quit it and relaunch it. And now the app should display the new banner at the top, as you can see, the Rakuten sponsorship banner. And if I tap on it on my iPad, it will bring me to the Global Rakuten website and the sponsorship page, as we have seen before. Remember that we are still within the app, so you can still navigate through all this website, but at the end, if I click on OK, on the OK button at the top left, I will be back to my app so that you can keep this way your readers and your customers part of the app. Okay, so that was very easy to add a new banner. As you can see, that could be used again for advertising banners, event promotions like these ones, or whatever new product you want to advertise on or highlight on, or every new content you want to publish. Very easy to change, with this web interface, you can also modify the order by selecting the arrows, get it up and down, and switch this way the order of these banners. And finally, you can update the settings or simply remove it. And if I remove it and switch back again to my app, for sure this is still there because this is again cached in memory. But if I quit it, relaunch it, even if it will be displayed a few seconds, it's now clean from the cache. And we are back to the original and first version of our storefront. So this is a very efficient way to modify, customize the navigation, the advertising, the promotion of your content or whatever products you want to advertise. You don't need to recompile the app to submit it again to Apple stores or Google stores. You just have to go to that web page and modify the store front. You can have nested store models or store fronts. That means that within that very first home page, I could include a jump, a link to a second level, sub-level storefront. And you can nest this way several storefronts within the same app. So that's very efficient to customize your app without the need again to do any line of code and recompile your app. So that was about just a reminder about the next-gen app storefront capabilities, but we are bringing much more than just the storefront capabilities. We are also bringing some marketing features because you don't need only to publish, customize your content and navigation, but you also want to get more. This is why we provide also push notifications, vouchers, like coupons, which can help you to unleash and to reveal some of confidential or paid content to some specific users. You have an in-app messaging console where you can push all of these messages to your customers or readers. You'll get all the analytics from all the downloads. So for sure, the downloads of the apps per operating systems, but also per geographies and so on. But more than that, you will get the analytics about the usage of this digital content and about the app itself through Google Analytics, Localytics, or Piwik. We are including the three of them in our next-gen app. But you can also, if you want, not only modify the storefront, as we have seen via Cloud Connect, you can provide new content, and we'll be seeing that now in a minute with a new box integration with Cloud Offering. You can push your PDF, legacy PDF content in a very easy way to this app and publish it this way everywhere in the world through mobile apps as well as websites. And we provide also capabilities, additional capabilities and services through our other subsidiaries in the group, many from Rakuten Marketing, which can provide affiliation, retention, monetization about your content, but also search and display. All of these nice marketing services you can add to our portfolio now, thanks to our belonging to Rakuten Aquafadas. And just to show you that what we have seen on the iPad is not only for the iPad. So I have also prepared for you a web kiosk, which is, remember, we are providing you the next-gen app on multiple devices, so you can have exactly the same storefront, but now on a website, which is, as you can see at the top, hosted on our web servers. And if I do a modification again to the store front from Cloud Connect, it will impact as well this app, as well as native apps, because we provide native apps for iOS, like this one, but also for Android devices, also for the web browser, as you have seen from the web kiosk. And last but not the least, we also provide now native applications for Mac OS X, like this one, which is again displaying the same storefront as we have seen on the iPad and the website. And it's available as well for Windows 8 and 10 devices, including tablet PCs, Windows phones with Windows 10 mobile operating system, can be used to display your content the same way. all of the PC and Mac desktop applications and web browser applications are responsive, so you can have it in different sizes and ratios and orientations on different devices this way. The difference between this native application and the website we have seen just before is that for sure this content is cached and downloaded in the native app. So even if I'm losing the internet connectivity now, I would still be able to browse through my content with a native app, which is not the case with a simple website. And if, again, just to show you that it works, I do a quick modification again on this storefront. So let me do it once more. I just add again the HTML5 banner. I will just add again my URL, display in a new window, add the banner itself, so quite fast to do, as you can see, save it. Again, what we have seen on the iPad should be reflecting in the native app and the website. For the native app, because this is cached like on the iPad, I need to switch, for instance, back from one tab to another. And when I come back to the Home tab, as you can see, the banner is there. And if I click there, it will open a pop-up to get access to this web page, right? So this was about the native app. If now we come back to the website itself, so let me go back, sorry, to the website. I can refresh that website. And again, I will see the banner appearing and the click which works to get me to the proper web page. So that was about NextGen App, to give you a quick recap about the capabilities. Now that you can reach much more than just mobile devices, because you have the capability to reach, as you can see, desktop native apps as well as websites. Now let's have a look at the two new features I told you about. The first one, which is about the plain text search. So for this purpose, I'm going to show you again my iPad and one of our customers apps. So I'm sorry, this will be a French application, which is a French press publisher. Why this example? Because he was the first one, this customer was the first one to use our plain text search capability. And also because they have a lot of magazines issues in the system. They have more than 1,200 magazine issues hosted on our platform. And this is why now you can get an easy access to all of these issues by just searching through them. Because we provide for this purpose, and let me switch you to the proper slide, we provide a new full text search capability, which is powered by Elasticsearch and our servers. And this is a new option that is available to all of you. If you're already using our tools, you just need to ask us to activate it for your publications. And then all of your publications will be indexed through our cloud servers and Elasticsearch server, so that you can search for plain text from every of the NextGen apps. So it can be used on iOS, Android again, but also PC and Mac and web NextGen apps. You can have this search available. If you already have content with us, all the content which was created this year with the plugin to InDesign from version 4.6.1 or Cloud Offering Conversion Flow, Creative Flow, but again created this year, will be compatible with this new search. If you have former content with us, you will need to regenerate this content so that we can index them again with our Elasticsearch engine. But again, I encourage you to contact us so that you get more details on the way to activate this feature. As you can see, this is a very powerful search. This is one of the top search engines in the world, however, and you can search about 1,000 pages in half a second. So this is, again, very efficient. But more than that, the good news is that you can search for content which is not forcibly located on your iPad or tablet or smartphone. Because if you're connected to the internet, you can search at any time for all the content that is available on our cloud servers. For instance, for this publisher, if I'm looking for the music world, the French version of the music world, and if I click on search, the blue button, you can see that in even less than half a second, it shows me about 964 results among the 1,200 issues that are available in the cloud. And for this new search, we have a new research pane, as you can see. So we can have a list at all the issues presenting this keyword. And if you click on any of these, you'll get also a preview pane for the pages and context text where this keyword appears. As you can see at the top, this issue is a paid issue. And if I want to get access to this article, I need to pay and purchase it from this page, and I can do that from this page. So this is also very good to push for upselling your content to people who are already using your content and apps. But if you already purchased your content, like for instance on this issue, which is already purchased from me, you can see that this is, sorry, the French version of a button, because I'm using an iPad in French. But this means that I can download it because I already purchased it. And last but not the least, if you already downloaded the content itself, so the magazine or issue, let me switch to another one. I know that I got, yes, this one was already downloaded. You can see that this is not anymore the purchase button or the download button, but the read button, which is available now. And I can read the content and be positioned at where this keyword appears. If I look at a further page, let me check, for instance, which one could I use? Let's go to this one. It will switch me to the proper page and get me access to the proper content, which has this keyword part of it. So again, a very powerful feature, which can really search for all the massive volumes of data you could push to your apps, but not forcibly store on your apps. As I told you, that will work only if you're online. If you're offline, the previous search will be the fallback, which means we'll still be able to search for metadata, title names, but only on local assets, which means only local contents that you would have downloaded, like the library content, right? So all of that is available from now. Please contact us if you are interested into activating this new option. That will be transparent to you. You just need to activate that option with us, and then automatically all your content will be indexed through our servers. And you just need to make sure that you added the search button in your app to make it work. Because again, you have full control of the features you add to your apps. So that was about the full text search. The second feature to complete and finish my webinar today is about the Box integration. So we have a new integration with Box for PDF, legacy PDF content. If you were already using our conversion flow workflow, this is still available, but instead of pushing your content, your PDF content through an FTP client to our FTP servers, now you can use your Box account. So I remember you that Box is one of the top tools on the corporate markets and enterprises to exchange and share and organize documents on the cloud. So this is a very powerful engine for that. And we are really now integrating it. So rather than many words, I prefer to show it to you now. And for this purpose, I'm going to use not the iPad anymore. So I'm going to switch off the AirPlay from my iPad. And I'm going to use one of my other applications. Sorry, not this one as well. But I'm using the simulator to make it faster. I have a very simple test application, which is already displaying a lot of content. The good news is that this app, which could be again on an iOS, Android, or desktop device, you can now push very easily new content to this app without going through the hurdles of an FTP connection, FTP client, simply using Box. So I have my own Box account. As you can see, I can open my Box folder, and I created a hot folder within my Box account, which is named Conversion Flow PDF. And every document that I will be pushing to that folder will be automatically pushed to my Cloud Offering account. So that you remember how it works, we have in Cloud Offering the way to create content. So this is our Cloud Offering front end now. This is where you can create new content out of your PDF. So you can simply push your PDF like we are going to do now, or you can enrich them on top of it. And finally, you can also push dynamic content like XML content. And we will be, in that case, applying either InDesign templates or HTML5 responsive web templates. We also have a plugin to Adobe InDesign, which helps you to create very rich design content with enrichments, interactivities, and so on. And all of your content, when you create it or ingest it, will be appearing in your account, like this one, which is my folder. And let's see now what's happening if I add any PDF to this box content. By the way, you probably want to know how you configure it. So for those of you already using Cloud Offering, you just need to go to the preferences of your login name. And then in storage, you have the capability to now create a new box connection to your box account or continue to use the standard FTP connector. I already created the integration of my box account. So you just need to provide your email address, password, and then we will interconnect with your box account after you validate that you can share this box credentials, not box credentials, but box access with Cloud Offering. And once you do that, every new workflow you use can be using, like in this case, the box account. This is the settings for this workflow, which tells a lot of options, including where this content should be disseminated. And this is exactly the app I'm showing to you. Sorry, I will quit this one. This is the app I'm showing to you in my simulator. This one is the one which is designated to receive my content from this workflow. So once you build your settings, it's very easy. You just need then to drag and drop your content. So let me use maybe this one. This one was already there. Maybe this one, which is a flyer. So again, I drag and drop it to my box folder. You see the orange button, which will turn to blue as soon as this is synchronized. And if we go now to Cloud Offering, I will be seeing in a few seconds the update with this new issue. I can refresh my screen to get it faster to you. And let me switch back to my automated folder. As you can see, without any, it took me maybe 2 seconds just to drag and drop my content. And again, for those of you who were using the FTP connectivity, this is much easier now because you don't even need to get to this web page. That was mainly to show you what is working behind the scene. So what is the system doing now? It's converting, uploading first your PDF to our cloud servers, and then converting this PDF to our digital format, which is the AVE format, which is just a way to encapsulate your content before disseminating it to the mobile devices. As you have seen in my settings, we set up all the settings to push that content to a specific app, but that could be multiple apps. Apps, again, available on iOS or Android or PC or Mac or a web kiosk as well. And we are encapsulating the content. We are also analyzing the content so that we can provide in an automated way a smart reading feature to your content, which is a very nice way to scroll through your content without the need for pinching and swiping on a mobile device like we all do with a PDF. So this is not anymore a simple PDF, right? And then as soon as the content is pushed, so I will let it go because apparently it seems to be slow now. But as soon as this is pushed, like I did with the other test issue, as you can see, we have much more. You can then either let it published to the app or you can enrich it. Remember that with Cloud Offering, you have a way to come back to the content, your PDF content, and use our enrichments to add videos, audios, web views, buttons, which will trigger some actions, anchors to jump to another part of your content. And this is very easy to enrich with that web interface before you publish it again. So all of the content you see before has been already pushed through this interface. And in the meantime, because I won't wait for the conversion to happen, we don't have much time now. If we look at some of the samples we had that I published before, I have here, for instance, a white paper that I can read from my app. Again, this is a simple PDF which was pushed through Box the same way I did for the new PDF content. So I can swipe from page to page. If I rotate to the landscape mode, I will have the spread view. Let me see if I can enlarge a bit so that you see it better. Yeah. And you remember I spoke to you about the smart reading. If you double tap on the content, this is what happens. Let me show it to you in a landscape way. If I double tap, I can zoom in and you barely see a bottom toolbar which appeared, which is a good way to modify the zoom in factor, which will be your zoom in factor. And now scroll down to the next part of my story, of my article, even switching from one column to another. And why not switching from one page to another page? And you can imagine that this is much easier to read your content, your PDF content like that on a mobile device, and even more on a smartphone. So this was provided automatically, again, by simply pushing your PDF to your Box account. If you don't have Box, you can use the standard FTP way to push the content. That works still as well the same way. But we provide as well with that application a lot of features like a navigation pane, so you can navigate to your PDF to a specific page, right? But we also provide the search option, which will search now within the issue. Another way to navigate with this bar, and then you can have also bookmarks, notes you can apply, even clipping if you want. You can clip a zone and then send it through email or store it as a local image. All of these features are available for our apps. Again, very easy to push any of your content now with a simple Box folder. So I don't think I'm gonna wait because apparently it's taking a lot of time. I don't know why. This would be my demo effect of the day. Sorry for that. And I'm ready to answer now any of your questions because we finished all the features I wanted to show you. And let me know if you have any question now so that I can answer you if you want. So I already get a question from Mauricio. Hello, Mauricio. How can we create the web browser, Mac and Windows apps? So that's a very good question. That's something I explained in my previous webinar before summer. In fact, you can't do that yourself. You need to ask us for that. We have our own tool to generate Windows and Mac native apps, which is called Web Factory. This is a web front end, but accessible only by the Aquafadas team. So if you want to do any test with such native apps, you can ask the production team or the support team to do that for you, or you can ask me as well, and I can generate it because you need a specific access to our servers. And this is fully generated online. I don't know if I can show it to you now. Probably if you give me 1 minute. I will just connect with my VPN access to our servers. And as soon as this is done, I will show you the back office side we use to generate such applications. So for that we have, oops, not this one. We have a Web Factory access. Yeah. And that will be very easy to show you how it works. Then if you get to that page, the applications I created for the sales enablement is very simple. You get access to such a page where you will fill in with the information coming from your native iOS or Android apps, like the bundle ID, the name of the application. And as soon as you create that, you get access to such a page where you can, first of all, get access to a web archive, which is a website, and you can rebuild it, you can preview it, and download the full HTML archive, or you can generate, as you can see on the right side, Windows 32 bits, Windows 64 bits apps, as well as a macOS 10 app, which is exactly the way I created my app. And when we generate that, we get information when it's ready, because all of that is computed on servers online and takes a few minutes only to generate such applications. So that's the way it works. Let me just disconnect my VPN because it will slow down our webinar, but this is the way it works. So I hope that it answers your question. I also get the beginning of a question from Glenn, but I didn't get your question. So if you want to ask me any question, don't hesitate to fill in the question pane. I got only a hello, so I'm glad to say hello as well. Let me check if we have any other question now. Okay. So it doesn't look like there is any other question so far. Again, you will be, I forgot to say at the beginning, but like any webinar, you'll be receiving within the next 48 hours, you'll be receiving an email with a link to the video recording of this webinar, as well as my presentation exported in PDF, so that it reminds you all the features we have seen, as well as some of the new services we get with Rakuten as part of a group. So you'll be receiving that just after this webinar within the next 48 hours. So I don't see any other questions, so I want to thank all of you for staying with us and with me this morning or afternoon. I hope it was useful and helpful to you, and we will be soon announcing the next webinar, probably about Cloud Authoring version 2, which is a new version of our authoring tools within the SaaS model. So a brand new version of Cloud Authoring, which I'm sure will be exciting for all of you who already know our tools. So stay tuned, stay connected to our website, and you'll be aware of this new webinar. Thanks a lot. Have a good day, all of you. And I will now close that webinar. Thanks again. Have a good day.